Taking a look at 6b. The figure on the left, so the blue figure right here, is rotated 90 degrees clockwise around point P to form the image on the right. Okay, so here's point P. This is our center of rotation. And so this shape right here, this blue shape, our original image, has been rotated 90 degrees clockwise and is now landing. This is the image. Okay, so what this problem is asking us to do, it's not asking us to rotate because we've already rotated. But what it wants us to do is use the information in the original figure to label the corresponding parts in the image. Okay, corresponding means in the same location. So we know that figures that have been rotated, the shape has not changed. The size hasn't changed. The length of the sides haven't gotten longer or shorter. The angle measurements haven't changed. The only thing that's changed is the location of the original figure. The image is now in a new location. Everything else is the same. Everything else is the same. So I am going to be using the knowledge that I have from that to label the same areas on our image. Okay, so let me first get started with that. So for my point of reference, I am going to be using this side right here, the left side that is labeled 2 units. Okay, because this is the only side that is right on the grid, and it's for sure 2 units. Okay, so I'm going to use that as my starting point. And if I were rotating this 90 degrees clockwise, okay, this side right here, the 2 unit side, is going to land blunk right here on this line. And sure enough, if I look here, this side also is 2 units. So I can start off with this, and I'm going to use the text box. You can use the scribble tool if you would like to, totally your call. And I'm going to change the color, use red, and I'm labeling this 2 units, and then I'm going to drag this over here. Okay. So this side right here and this side right here, they're the same sides. This is before the rotation, this is after the rotation. So based on that, now I can start labeling other pieces of the original figure here. Okay. So, boom. The side that's labeled 2.2, the side that's labeled 2.2, that is on the right of the side 2, I guess you could say, on the right, a little bit of a twist. So if my side 2 is right here, then the 2.2 is going to be this right here. So once again, I'm going to use that text box, 2.2. Right? Okay. And now that I've got those 2 pieces, now I can put this right angle marker right here. That is going to have to go right here. That's where that one goes. So I'm going to use my line tool, okay, and do this as best I can and create that little square. If you've forgotten, that square, when you're in a corner, in a vertex, that indicates a 90-degree angle, an exactly 90-degree angle. Okay. All right. The next piece, if I'm looking at the 90-degree angle, okay, and I'm just going to use the scribble tool and then I'll undo it. Right across from the 90-degree angle, this angle right here, this angle has a measurement of 135 degrees. Okay, so if I come back over here, There's our right angle. So the angle that's right across from it is right here. Okay. And this has an angle measurement of 135. And then I found the degree symbol. I click on the little sigma right there, the funky looking E, and there is my degree symbol. Cool, huh? Okay, and that goes, oh, didn't move. I got to click there first and then move it over. So there's 135 degrees. Okay, it's directly across from the right angle there. So I'm going to erase that because I don't want it to mark me wrong. Okay, and the last piece that we can label is this 72 degrees side. Okay, and that, so we can see here's side 2 and side 2.2, those two lengths. And then that 72 degrees is kind of across from those two. So like here's the 2 and the 2.2. So there's the 72 degrees angle. So if my 2 and 2.2 are right here, that means that my 72 degrees angle is going to be right here. Once again, text box, add text, type in the 72, and then I'm going to come up here to this funky looking E. It's called a sigma, and the degree symbol is right there. Okay, and then click, and then move. Let me erase. Ah! Did it do anything? No. Okay. I don't think it erased anything. And there we go. All the parts and pieces are labeled in the same spots that were on here, lined up now here. Again, you can use tracing paper if you want to and trace this, label all of the side measurements and the angle measurements that you have, and then put the tracing paper over this, and that way you can find where each of the sides have landed and the angles have landed.